Father Desposito here. This is a new series. It's called Catholic Monochrome. The reason for the name is simple. Catholic doctrine is pretty much black and white. Truth and falsehood are like light and darkness. Falsehood being the privation of truth, and darkness the privation of light. I intend to cover many topics, all in relation to Catholic doctrine. No intro, no outro, just content. Also, the videos will be short. So let's begin. Today I will give you the conditions of supernatural merit according to the teaching of Catholic theologians. Merit, in the strict sense, is a good work done in the service or benefit of another, and therefore worthy of reward and retribution. The merit is condign, the condigno, when the reward is owed out of justice. In this way, for example, a soldier merits his salary. The merit is congruous, when the reward is owed out of a certain fittingness. For example, when the soldier shows extraordinary valor in battle, he is awarded a medal. So, what is man able to merit? The condigno, man is able to merit an increase of habitual grace for himself, the remission of venial sin, celestial glory and its increase. The congruo is able to merit for others, but not infallibly, actual graces, even the first, habitual grace and its increase, the remission of sin and eternal life. A false notion of mercy is usually taught by modernists. According to them, God owes us happiness in this life and also in the next. No matter what we do, at the end God is going to forgive everything, forget everything, and look the other way, rewarding us with heaven. But this is not true. God considers justice, and therefore we have to merit heaven. In order to enter celestial glory, we must have supernatural merit. There are 7 conditions required for condign merit of eternal life. 4 conditions on the part of the act or work. 2 conditions on the part of the doer of the work. 1 condition on the part of God, who rewards the work. On the part of the work, the first condition is that in order to be meritorious, the act or work must be voluntary and free. This includes both the freedom from coercion and the internal freedom. By the way, Calvinism and Jansenism are heresies that, among other things, teach that man is not free and therefore he is not able to merit. The second condition is that in order to be meritorious, the act or work must be morally good, for nothing is worthy of reward in God's sight except what is good and right. The only thing that evil merits is punishment. The third condition is that in order to be meritorious, the act or work must be supernatural, that is, it must proceed from sanctifying grace. Sanctifying grace is a supernatural quality inherent in the soul, which gives us a physical and formal participation, although analogous and accidental, in the very nature of God, precisely as God. I will explain this definition later in a future episode. The fourth condition is that in order to be meritorious, the act or work must be performed in service to God as a supernatural end. The supernatural virtue of charity makes this possible. On the part of the doer of the act or work, the fifth condition is that in order to be meritorious, the act or work must be done by a person who is a viator. A viator is a person on his way to his final destination. The status of viator ceases when this life ceases. So people in heaven or hell or purgatory are not able to merit anymore. The sixth condition is that in order to be meritorious, the act or work must be done by a person in the state of sanctifying grace. Without this elevation to the supernatural order, we can naturally be virtuous, but we cannot merit heaven. On the part of God rewarding, the seventh condition is that in order to be meritorious, the act or work must be accepted by God. There is a type of divine promise, at least implicit, contained in the giving of grace. This is not to say that the good work has its intrinsic value or condignity from the fact that it is accepted by God, but that beyond this condignity, which it has from grace, an ordering or promising of the acceptance of the merits and of the giving of the reward is necessary, in order that the work which is done well through grace have a right to a reward from God, and that God be obliged to render the reward in justice. As you can see, God is no socialist. We have to merit eternal life, and this is done only by supernatural good acts which God has decided to accept, not because he owes us anything, but because he has chosen to owe it to himself to accept such works. His infinite mercy is manifested in making it possible for us to merit eternal life. That's all for now. Memento finis, memento mori.